of nucleus, what we are going to know about? How can you find the volume of the nucleus? Volume of a nucleus. How can you find the volume of nucleus? Already we are assuming the nucleus is in the shape of sphere. So it is in the shape of sphere. So what is the volume? 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of the sphere. So what is the r value? Already we know the value of r, radius of the nucleus. So instead of r, what we can write? R naught into a power 1 by 3. So 4 by 3 into pi into, instead of r, what we are writing? R naught, the proportionality constant, a power 1 by 3. For this, cube is there. So whole power 3. It is for both. So bracket. Now simplify it. 4 by 3 into pi, r naught into 2, r naught whole power 3, a power 1 by 3, here 3, a power m whole power n, a power mn, m into n. So 3 and 3 will cancel. What we are getting? 4 by 3 pi r naught cube into mass number a. So this is the volume of the nucleus. So volume of the nucleus. If you want to find the volume of the nucleus, if you know the mass number directly, you can find the volume of the nucleus of an atom. If you don't know mass number, we are unable to find. If you know mass number, you can find the value of the nucleus easily. Suppose I want to find nuclear density. Or density of a nucleus. Dear students, how can you find the density of nucleus? In lower standards, below 10th standards, 8th, 9th, 10th standard. Already in lower classes, we have studied about density. What is the meaning of density? Simply we can define density is nothing but mass per unit value. So here is also taking same. If you want to find the density of the nucleus, so mass of the nucleus, the ratio of mass of the nucleus to the volume of the nucleus. So here total mass. So total mass of the nucleus by total volume of the nucleus. Total mass of the nucleus by total volume of the nucleus. This ratio will give density of the nucleus. What is the total mass? How can you get it? Total mass of the nucleus. The product of its mass number and atomic mass unit U. The mass of the nucleus. The mass of the either proton or neutron. The mass of either proton or neutron should be represented in terms of atomic mass units U. So simply I have written U and multiplied by its mass number A. So then only you can get the total mass of the nucleus. So value of the nucleus. Already what is the relation? Value of the nucleus. 4 by 3 pi r naught cube into A. So 4 by 3 pi r naught cube into A. Already we got value of the nucleus 4 by 3 pi r naught cube into mass number A. I have written here. Total mass of the nucleus means product of mass of either proton or neutron multiplied with its atomic mass. Okay, from this substitute the value of R naught. Already you know what is the value of R naught, proportionality constant 1.2 Fermi, 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 meters in terms of SI unit meters. And here you can see here is mass number, here is also mass number. Both A and A cancel each other. So both numerator and denominator you can cancel. So what are the remaining? Here mass of either proton or neutron in terms of atomic mass unit U. What is remaining? 4 divided by 3 pi R naught T. Now 3 go to denominator, it becomes 3 times of atomic mass unit 4 pi proportionally constant R naught T. So see once again, A and A both are masses, mass numbers are cancelled. What are the remaining? 3 go to denominator. So 3 times of atomic mass unit. What are the remaining? 4 here pi, here R naught power 3. So 4 pi R naught power 3. So I am now again we need to simplify this one and get the what is the value of nuclear density or density of nucleus. Density of the nucleus. So now I am substituting. Already you know the value of one atomic mass unit. One atomic mass unit is equal to 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. One atomic mass unit is equal to what is the value? In terms of kilograms, SI. 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. I am substituting here. And R naught value is also constant, proportionally constant. Both values I am substituting and getting the one resultant value. So for density of nucleus, substitute the values constant, proportional values. So 3 times of what we got before. 3 times of atomic mass unit. 4 into 5 into proportionally constant R naught T. So I am substituting now these two values. What is the value of atomic mass unit? One atomic mass unit is equal to 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. In terms of SI unit kilograms. For R naught is also proportionally constant 1.27. So 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 meters. So both are in SI units. And got the density of the nucleus. So density of nucleus. So 3 times of what is the value of U? Substitute here 1.67 into 10 power minus 27. So what is the denominator? 4 into what is the value of pi? 3.14. What is the value of R naught? Proportionally constant value of the radius. So here 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 meters. Here e power 3. Now both numerator and denominator we are simplifying. You can get the value of the density of nucleus. After simplifying, you can get the value of 2.3 into 10 to the power of here we can get the value 17. Density, mass per unit value. What are the units? Mass is represented in kilograms, volume is cubic meter. So kilogram per cubic meter. After simplifying this one, you can get the density of the nucleus 2.3 into 10 to the power of 17 units of the density kilogram per meter cube. Similarly, how can you find the number of nucleons? How many number of nucleons are present per unit value? So how many number of nucleons present per unit value? How can you find it? So already we know about value. So for that value of nucleus, what do you get? 4 by 3 pi R naught T into A. So here what is the question? Total number of nucleons per unit value. Total number of nucleons means its mass number. Both protons and neutrons together is nothing but nucleons. So here per unit value denoted by B. So I need to know about number of nucleons per unit value. So A by B. So already you know before you got value in the relation. So from this you can get what you can get it. 4 by 3 go to that side, it becomes 1 divided by 4 by 3 by R. So 3 go to numerator, 3 times of by 4 by R. So substitute the values, constant values here by value 3.14, R naught value constant 1.2 1.2 to 10 power minus 15 power 3. So both numerator is also value, denominator is also value. You can get the resultant value. What is the resultant value? So what are these? Total number of nucleons per unit value. For this also total number of nucleons per unit value. So total number of nucleons per unit value is nothing but after substituting these values, what is the resultant value? You can get 1.4 into 10 power 44 nucleons per cubic meter. So per cubic meter, how many nucleons are there? 1.4 into 10 to the power of 44 nucleons. So in this way you can find the number of nucleons per unit value. It's nothing but 1 divided by 4 by 3 by R naught cube. How did you get 1 divided by this one? Already before starting this concept, already you got the relation. What is the relation of value of the nucleus? What is the final relation value of the nucleus? 4 by 3 by R naught cube into A. So this relation is asking the number of nucleons. What is meant by nucleons? The total number of protons and neutrons together in the nucleus is nothing but nucleons. Total number of protons and neutrons is nothing but its mass number. So A. So I need A per unit value. So divided by V. So this 4 by 3 by R naught cube here doing multiplication. Going to that side, it will do division. So 4 by 3 by R naught cube. Here nothing is there means 1. So 1 divided by 4 by 3 by R naught cube. So 3 go to denominator, remaining 4 by R naught cube. These are all constants. Substitute the values of constants and you can get this. Now total number of nucleons per unit value is 1.4 into 10 to the power of 44 nucleons per meter cube. And also suppose you want to calculate. Suppose he has given only. You want to calculate ratios of densities. How can you calculate ratios of densities? It is inversely proportional to initial state. What we have learned? Density is nothing but mass per unit value. What is the mass? Value 4 by 3 by R cube. And density is mass number. And mass of proton or mass of proton in terms of atomic mass. So only atomic mass number is given and the radiuses are given. How can you find the ratio of densities? So density is directly proportional to the its mass numbers and inversely proportional to the its radius. Suppose whenever you want to calculate the ratios of densities, you can use this expression. Only mass numbers are given and radiuses are given. Then how can you find the ratio of densities? You can use this expression. So density is not dependent upon the mass number. Here you can see where is the mass number? There is none. So density is independent of its mass number. independent of its mass number. So density is not dependent on its mass number. Suppose you want to calculate the relation for radius of nuclei in terms of surface area is given. You want to calculate the surface area of nucleus. How can you find surface area? Surface area of nucleus we have to find. How can you find the surface area? If you want to find surface area, what is the surface area of sphere? 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square. So here surface area, I am removing this one and proportionality constant I am placing. What is here? R square. So both sides I am doing square. What square root I am applying? What you are getting? R. Here you can get 1 by 2. So from this what you can get? R is directly proportional to surface area. That means radius. What is the relation between radius of the nucleus and surface areas? Surface areas are given. You can find the ratio of radius. How can you find it? Suppose two different is given. R1 by R2 is equal to, both are in direct proportion. So S1 by S2 whole power 1 by 2. So if you want to find the ratios, so R1 by R2 is equal to surface area first one, surface area second one. So 1 by 2 means square root. So radius of nucleus is directly proportional to the square root of its surface area. But and also what you know before, already you know that what is the relation. So you want to find radius of nucleus is directly proportional to square root of the surface area. Square root of surface area. So you know you got it. Already what you know, radius of the nucleus is directly proportional to the cube root of its mass number. Cube root of its mass number. From these two, how can you know what is the relation between surface area and mass number? So both are equal. So what you can do is from these two, surface area is directly proportional to cube root of its mass number. So what I am doing is I am doing both sides multiplication with the 2 power of the 2. So what it becomes, both sides I am doing square. After doing square, both sides, both left side and right side, both sides I am applying then doing square. So 1 by 2, 2. So here is also 1 by 3, whole power 2, that means 2. So both 2 and 2 cancel. So surface area is directly proportional to a power 2, denominator 3 is there. So surface area and mass number, what is the relation? So both surface areas ratio we have to find out. Suppose he has given the mass numbers only, then how can we find it? A1 by A2 whole power 2 by 3. You can use this expression directly. You can find the ratio of surface areas of two different nucleus in terms of its mass numbers. In terms of its mass numbers. So this is the expression. And what is the relation in terms of its volume? Already you know volume of the nucleus is directly proportional to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So here volume is, so volume equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. I am removing these two constants and placing the proportionality constant. So r cube. So volume of nucleus is directly proportional to r cube. So both sides I am doing cube root. What happened? Cube power 3 I am applying. So here cube root I am applying. So v power 1 by 3. Here is also r power 1 by 3. So 3 and 3 will cancel. What you are getting? Here r, here 1 by 3. Both left side and right side I am applying both sides cube root. So value 1 power 3, that means cube root of value is nothing but directly proportional to the radius. So what you can conclude from this? Already what you know, radius is directly proportional to in terms of its atomic mass unit. cube root of its atomic mass units. So radius of a nucleus is directly proportional to the cube root of its atomic mass unit, and radius of a nucleus is also directly proportional to the cube root of its volume. Cube root of its volume. So what is the relation between volume of the nucleus in terms of mass numbers? So both we can, from these two expressions, what we can conclude, R is also directly proportional to. So from these two equations, what you can conclude? So here, atomic mass number directly proportional to volume of the nucleus. Both are equal. Direct proportion. Both are in direct proportion. From this, both are in direct proportion. So both powers are same. So places are also same. So from this, mass number is directly proportional to value. Mass number is directly proportional to value. So the ratio of values. How can you find two different nucleus? Values are given. Two different nucleus of atoms. Values are given. Then how can you find the ratio of mass numbers? So either you can find it. Suppose I want to find ratio of values. So A1 by B2 is nothing but it is equal to A1 by A2. Why? Because both are in direct proportion. So value of a nucleus is nothing but it is equal to its mass number. It is equal to its mass number. So two different nucleus mass numbers ratio is given. You can find the ratio of values. Mass numbers are given. You can find the surface area. Ratio of surface area. Or you can find the surface area. You can find the surface area easily. So these are all the relations. You know this complete concept of composition of a nucleus. Nucleus not only consists of protons and also neutrons. Initially, first two reactions, when I am starting this concept, already I explained nitrogen. Nitrogen reacts with the alpha particle. It emits the oxygen atom and also which is generated. Protons are generated. One proton is generated. Next, another reaction, beryllium. Beryllium reacts with the alpha particle. Then one neutron is generated and also carbon atom is also produced. So from these two chemical reactions, what we can explain? Nucleus consists of both protons and also neutrons. Before, in the initial starting concept only, I explored this composition, size and volume of the nucleus. What is the size of the nucleus? What is the volume of the nucleus? What is the density of the nucleus? What is the capability? How much dense it is? How much big it is? What is the density of the nucleus from the expressions from this concept? What is the density of the nucleus? 2.3 into 10 to the power of 17 kg per meter cube. How many number of nucleons per unit volume? Already we have 1.4 into 10 to the power of 44 nucleons per meter cube. So what is the relation between surface area in terms of its mass number, and what is the relation between volume and mass number? Relation, both are in direct proportion. So V1 by V2 values directly proportional to mass number A1 by A2. Here, suppose radiuses are given. You have to find the radius of the nuclei in terms of its surface areas. So how can you find it? Radius is directly proportional to square root of its surface area. Suppose I want to find surface areas ratios. How can you find? From this expression only. Surface area. Surface area is directly proportional to here radius. Whatever you have given in the question, you need to understand the concept. If you know the complete concept, whatever the problems has given, if you know the concept thoroughly, you can solve any problem. You can solve the any problem. First, dear students, first understand the concept. Thorough with the concept. If concept is understood very clearly, whatever the problem is given, you can think twice. What has given? What I need to find? What is the relationship between those two? Just you can solve the problems, any problem. What is given data? What is the relation for finding one and given one? Just you know the relations for finding one and given data, easily think about it. What is the relation is present in the concept? Just use that relation and substitute the values, you can get the easily solve the problems. If you don't know the concept thoroughly, how can you solve the problems? If you do not know the concept clearly, you are unable to understand the concept, you are unable to solve the problems also. So my suggestion is thorough with the concept. Be clear with the concept. Whenever you are very clear with the concept, whatever the problem is given, you can solve very easily because you know the concept. Now I will take one example. I have taken two examples. How can you calculate the radius of nucleus? What is given? Carbon. What is the carbon? Carbon is given. So what is the relation for radius of nuclei? Radius of nucleus. What is the relation? R is equal to R0 into A power 1 by 3. Already we derived this relation. What is given in the data? What is given? Mass number, atomic number 6, mass number 12. So mass number is given A. So given data, mass number is how much? 12. You know already the value of proportionality constant. What is this value? 1.2 Fermi. How much? The radius of nucleus is measured in terms of Fermi. So what is the proportionality constant? R0 value 1.2 Fermi. Already we know this. And from this, what is the mass number is given? 12. Substitute this value. R is equal to R0 into A power 1 by 3. So what is the mass number? 12. So after substituting, what you are getting? After doing this coordinate, what you are getting? Radius of the carbon will be how much? After this you are doing product, you can get the result 2.75 Fermi. How much you are getting? 2.75 Fermi. After doing this product. But how did you, if you don't know this relation, how can you apply in the problem? In the concept, you know the relation between radius of the nucleus and its mass number. Radius of the nucleus is directly proportional to cube root of its mass number. That means a to the power of 1 by 3. A power 1 by 3. So removing this proportionality constant, proportional symbol, I am keeping one proportionality constant. That is, I am taking as R0. So R is equal to R0 into cube root of its mass number. So already you know the value of R0, 1.2 Fermi. Just substituting that values and got the result. And another question, mass numbers are given, asking to find the ratio, radius of different nucleus of an atoms. How can we find the ratio of radius if mass numbers are given? What is the main relation? We know that R is equal to R0 into A power 1 by 3. So removing this equal to and constant, what I can write? Proportional symbol. So R is directly proportional to A power 1 by 3. So what are the values are given? One is 27, another value to 125. Just substitute the relation. From this relation what we can write? So R1 by R2 is equal to cube root of A1 by cube root of A2. What is the value of A1 is given? 27. A2 is given 125. So cube root of 27 by cube root of 125. Cube root of 27 means how much? Cube root of 27. 3 3 is 9, 9 3 is 27. So then get the cube root is 3. what you can get it? 5. So what are the ratios? What is the final answer for the ratio? Ratio of radius of two different nuclei. The ratio is 3:5. The ratio is 3:5. How can you get it? 3:5. Now the main relation. R is equal to R naught into mass number. Keep root of its mass number. So removing equal to constant R naught, I can keep the proportionality constant, proportionality symbol. So R is directly proportional to cube root of mass number. So radius of any nucleus is directly proportional to cube root of its nucleus, cube root of its mass number. So radius of any nucleus is directly proportional to cube root of its mass number. So from this concept, both are in direct proportion. So two different I have taken. So R1 by R2 equal to cube root of A1 by cube root of A2. Already in the given problem 27 A1 value A2. Mass number of second one is given 125. You know the cube roots, how to solve the cube roots. So what you can get it? 3:5. So the ratio of radius of two different nuclei R1 by R2 is nothing but it is equal to 3:5 is the answer for this question. Dear students, thoroughly understand the concepts and after go for solve the problems. Whatever the problems, if you know the concept very clearly, you can solve any problem. If you like my lecture, please subscribe Peddana University channel, Peddana University Physics. Subscribe my channel. I will upload more videos for your IIT and NEET. If you want to get IIT and NEET, see my channel.